Hello everybody, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. And in this video I'm coming back at you with another spawn vid, and this time we're actually going over an old spawn that just came out again that I'm pretty happy they came out with. I swear they're watching my videos because I've been talking about this before, if you've been here for long enough, about me hoping they bring the archangels back and what's not, because they just did. I've never seen this before. Like, yeah, I don't know, like, maybe I might be tripping, maybe I might be forgetting something, but usually when it comes to these featured exclusive treasure spawn monsters and what's not, they usually don't bring them back. So it's very interesting to see them bring them back and what's not. So anyways, moving on from there, Archangel Mikaela's treasure spawn is back. So if you haven't got her before, now's the chance to get her, and she's honestly not a bad decision to actually get it all. Okay, so let's actually go over the abilities and what's not. I actually have somebody who has her, so I could pretty much narrow it down to actually her use of what's not. Ability power 200, damages all enemies 5 times physical fire damage with a success value of 100. Now this for really any like if you're fighting 3 people at least, this is definitely a lot better of a move than Archangel Aerials, and for crowd control purposes, this is one of the heaviest hitting monsters. Crowd control purposes, this is one of the heaviest hitting monsters legitimately in the game, probably the heaviest hitting monster in the game, but that's for crowd control purposes only. Single hitting, they have single hitting monsters as well, and those single hitting monsters actually do more than this monster does, but that's only for single hits, because this monster attacks 5 times for all enemies. So each enemy you are going against, right, it's going to get attacked 5 times with this 200 ability power, and it's very strong because it's going to hit 100% of the time as well, unless your accuracy is down or what's not, and all that funky jazz. But anyways, they have single hitting monsters that hit 10 times with like well over 200 ability power, 240, 270, and what's not. So those hit harder for single enemies, but for crowd control, this is one of the heaviest hitting monsters in the game, so that's very nice. It also heals, so if you're having trouble with that, there's a little heal for clutching. No continuous heal, but it's better than nothing. And this is where I personally think this monster is well worth it. It increases the magic attack and attack of all allies by 120%. Now, some of you might be wondering, that's the buff's only 80. The buff limit's only 80. It also increases the magic attack and attack buff limits of all allies by 420 seconds. That's how you get that 120% buff, is the buff limit on Mikaela gets increased by 40%. Now, if you can manage to stack these twice, that's GG for guild battles. If you're like going into Crystal Assault, right, and you have this 120% buff, it's really freaking strong. It really is, like, incredibly strong. Like, I'm not even kidding you. And on top of it, it casts Blessing for the caster, especially if like you are really high up there for GS or DPS or what's not. Recovers 50 cost, decreases max HP by 100%, nullifies status alignments, Unison dodge reduction effects, and reduces cooldown times by 50%. And recovers 20% of your max HP by every 5 seconds. So you're getting that 50 cost on top of it, and you're getting reduced ability cooldown times as well if you're DPS. So on top of the 120% buff, you're also getting that. But it's only for the caster, sadly. It's not for everybody. And it casts 30% elevation on all allies for 60 seconds. This can be useful. It's not really a well-rounded off combo with what Mikaela has to offer. The real combo she has to offer is, first of all, the strength she has, the increase in attack and magic attack, and then the blessing. That's really the combo. That's really the whole scenario with Mikaela and why she is so freaking awesome. But mainly I would use her for again guild battles and what's not. She is a really nice monster to have for guild battles. Out of guild battles, she is a heavy hitting monster in Coliseum, and maybe useful a little after Coliseum thanks to her blessing and her magic attack and attack buff. She really doesn't have any defenses. If you have a monster you can use combo with Mikaela for defenses, oh, you're probably gonna melt the enemy team within seconds right after it ends. But yes, her like main use is in guild battles. She can be useful in player versus enemy, definitely, all hands down. But the issue with that is she only does the regular magic attack buffs, and as you may know, depending on the mission you're doing and how hard it is, they can be pretty dang easy to remove. They really can. So yeah, that's pretty much what I gotta say about this monster. What's it not? Good for player versus player, but excellent, extremely excellent for like guild battles, and pretty dang good for Colosseums as well. So let's actually go over the treasure spawn, what they have to offer about it. And the rates for the gear spawn, the usual. They'll have Mikaela in here, but she'll have such low rates, it'll be near dang impossible to even obtain her in the first place. And then we got 6 chests like usual. We've had 6 chests for a while. The only thing that's ever had 5 chests is the Stellar Gods. And then right here, I'm glad they're bringing these types of treasure spawns back because they honestly need to. 700 in the jackpot, 400 in the side chest, and 200 in one of the side chests as well. That's a total of like, what was it again? 1,300 medals. So if you manage to not get the jackpot, you have a 50% chance of at least getting 200 medals out of one of the chests. On top of it, the 50 to 200 you are getting per each and every spawn is very, very nice and what's not. But in the medal exchange, I mean, they do offer some stuff, but overall it's extremely outdated. They do offer some dark gear right here. We do have the light dragon coming up very soon. Other than that, I can't really recommend it. Other than that, I can't say much about it whatsoever. What's it not? It's 30 cost as a UR, so it's extremely outdated, and you're getting so much more gear score by adding legitimately at 35. It's literally 5 costs more. I'm talking like significantly more, 10, 20k maybe. I'm not exactly sure the actual amount and what's not, so I can't really recommend that except for the light dragon, because the light dragon should be coming within sometime in February. I think late February or maybe even March or what's not, but it should be coming eventually around our door of global and what's not. And we have the summoning scroll here for 10k medals and what's not, if you're interested in grabbing that as well. So yeah, they do offer some stuff in the medal exchange, maybe an option if you're looking to do the light dragon when it comes out. But other than that, mainly this spawn's going to be here for the monster and exclusively the monster itself. No feature gear, little to no stuff in the exchange. Some of the stuff in the exchange is good, but only good for one purpose. And yeah, that's literally it for this spawn. Personally, if you need the monster, definitely will for the spawn. This will has a very nice monster. First of all, it's one of the few 36s with Awakening. Well, not few anymore thanks to this collab we got going on and what's not, but it offers like the highest stats out of like all monsters so far, and on top of it, it's a very good, decent, and efficient monster. I forgot it was like the Archangel of Death. It was the one, the box spawn. That was literally the most useless one ever. But considering this, if you really think about doing this, considering that they came out with Mikaela, you could also assume that they will be coming out with Archangel Ariel again. So if you missed your opportunity to get Archangel Ariel, they're probably going to be coming out with Archangel Ariel shortly after Archangel Mikaela. So if you're interested in Archangel Ariel instead, you could go for that instead of going for Archangel Mikaela and what's not. But Archangel Mikaela is very, very nice, and it has an additional Unison effect at the end. I didn't notice that. So yeah, you also have 20 costs for allies recovered if you manage to get her to the 4th at all. It was so not. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the spawn. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for watching, and I hope this helped out. This is the AzureWrath, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'm out. Oh yeah, beforehand, pay to win spawn. Pay to win spawn. I need to keep mentioning this every now and then whenever I'm talking about videos. These are pay to win spawns. If you're free to play, I really don't recommend doing these at all because these take a long time before you actually get the monster. What's not? The summoning scroll rates are extremely low within the jackpot, so don't think just because you're getting the jackpot you have a 50-50 chance. If you're new, that's not the case. Not the case whatsoever. These are extremely... Well, some of these are extremely pay to win. This one's not extremely pay to win. This is pretty dang pay to win compared to like some of the previous Divine Grace and Treasure spawns they came out with. That's what I'm considering this for. Other than that, I would have said before, like if they didn't come out with these are extremely pay to win. But these are pretty dang pay to win. These are pretty dang pay to win. Usually it takes 10k medals to get the scroll through the jackpot. You might get lucky, but for the most majority of you, like way more than less, you will have to get 10k medals, and that is a very long, excruciating, and painful process, especially since after the first time half off, it's going to cost 30 gems. It's going to cost 30 gems, so you do the math, and you try to figure it out yourself. If you don't believe me that how pay to win it is. Thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching, and I hope this helped out. I will catch you in the next video. This is the AzureWrath, I'm out. Peace.